A lot of my friends have been asking me, how many apps do you have on your phone? Like, what apps can I use on my phone to edit pictures? This video is basically going to take you through a couple of pictures I have taken myself on my phone and edit them on my phone, so that you don't really think it's out of the realm of possibility to get really nice pictures. So yeah, let's get right into it. So the three main applications I use to edit my pictures on my phone are, firstly, your phone camera editor. Secondly, I use an application called VSCO, some people call it VSCO. And thirdly, I use Afterlight, which I pay for. Well, I paid for, it's a one-time purchase. So I'll take you guys through each and every application and you see how best you can use it to edit your picture. So, you know, let's go for it. So now I'm in my phone editor. As you see, a couple of pictures on there taken on my phone and I'm about to edit them with you. Then I'll go to VSCO after, then I'll go to Afterlight after. But yeah, this is the first picture. This was taken in Scotland. Obviously it has all the details there. You go into the editor and this is how it looks. Normally I don't normally use like the filters on here, because sometimes it just makes things a little too, like, it overdoes stuff. But if you go through it and you find like a sweet spot for your pictures, I reckon go for it, because sometimes it's nice, sometimes it's just not that good. So with this one, I think I like the vivid warm tones in here. So what can I do to balance it out? So now I've applied my filter. I go into the exposure settings in here. I can literally make it darker or brighter. It's not that hard, but just to correct a couple of things, I make it dark, well, a bit lighter here, so that it's not overblown. It's not as if you can't like see the details in the white bits. The brilliance, it's kind of a HDR toned effect, which helps you balance out your highlights and shadows basically. So it brings out, yeah, your highlights slightly. In this case, it's helping out the shadows. Then I go into like my shadows. I don't need to like darken anything necessarily. My highlights, I can bring them down so that you can see, you can literally see the effect, but it just brings down everything. So you just need to be a bit subtle with it. And yeah, we just went from this to this. Obviously with this one, my skin tone is looking good with a warm, vivid filter. That's why I'm using it. But normally I wouldn't use it, but it looks good. That's why I'm using it. So yeah, that is that done for this picture. Then let's say we take another picture like this one. What can we do with this one? I go into the editor, then I look through the filters. You see, in this one, it's not really working as well as you'd want it to. So sometimes you just need to be a bit more, you know, tactical with it, not just use a filter just because you've seen it. And yeah, I tried to edit my pictures not to make them look too trendy. It's like, oh, there's one thing happening at this time on earth, so everyone is just trying to make their pictures look like that. I normally try my best to make it look like it will last a longer period, where you go back and look at it and you don't cringe at every picture. But yeah, with this one, I like the dramatic look on it. This is the original, this is the dramatic look. I can literally just come in here, come and look through, what's the name, the options they give you. You can just, you know, the vibrance will make it a bit, you know, colorful, but you just need to balance things out. This is a color temperature slider. With this one, you can make it slightly warmer just to give the bring back the blues. Obviously, it doesn't bring it back as well, but it just kind of balances it out. This is a tint. It'll make it either greenish or magenta-ish. With that one, I'm not going to touch it. The sharpness, you don't want to go full tilt on it, because sometimes it looks a little too, you know. I don't normally touch the definition, because it's like clarity, it's like making everything HD. Sometimes it doesn't really work well, so I just leave it. Look at that is just nasty, so I just leave it. And yeah, I think they've added a noise reduction tool now, so if like you take a picture in the dark and yeah, you want to make it a bit less grainy, you can use the noise reduction tool as well. So yeah, those are the 2 pictures edited in my phone camera editor, and yeah, it's as simple as it gets. So yeah, with the phone camera editor, there isn't much you can do. It's provided with your phone, so you just go inside and dabble as much as you can into it. Make your pictures have a cool look to it. Just try not to go full tilt on it, because sometimes it overblows things. If you want to make things dark, it just drags everything. It doesn't know how to preserve highlights and shadows really well. So yeah, you just need to be a bit more tactical when you are using that app. Now the next one is called VSCO. I've already got a couple of imported pictures in there. This is a picture of me and Joy. Let's see if we can edit it properly. But yeah, this is a picture of me and Joy. I've got a couple of filters in here as well. These filters, these ones you have to pay for. I'm not going to do that. You can just use a couple of these ones. Yeah, so you look through them, you go like, oh, this is, looking at the original, looking at this is already a dramatic change. I really like the filters in VSCO because they give you that kind of filmic look, but not too much. They don't overcook it for you, and that's just a vibe I like. So yeah, these are a couple of filters in there. I think I'm torn between this A6 and this A4, but I think I will go for the A6 and warm up the tone slightly to make it look like the A4, but it doesn't like go full tilt on it like the A4. So yeah, you go into the adjustment sliders. You've got everything you need here. I must say the grain slider on VSCO is the best I have seen in any phone camera, but any phone application basically. It makes your phone have that vintage, your pictures have that vintage look, but it doesn't really take away from it doesn't make it too noisy. It's just some quality, just some quality editing, what was it, grain adding tool there. So yeah, I'll just add a grain now, and I'll add some, you know, some saturation slightly to make our skin colors pop. Then I'll go into the highlight slider. I can bring down the highlights here, or I can keep them here. I'll bring them down slightly. Oh, look at our teeth, mad. The shadows, you can recover your shadows using this, but I'll keep them because the shadows look amazing on this one. There used to be a time where everyone was applying this fade onto their pictures, but it's a no. You can do split toning, where you can either make your shadows look a certain color and your highlights look a certain color. I'm not gonna do that because I can, yeah, this is it really. This is the shadows. I can make them warm. Should I? Yeah, basing on how I feel, I think I will. Then I think I can even make my highlights a bit blue, but nah, that's a little much. Let me retrieve. But yeah, so from original to edited, original to edited, can't complain. Looks amazing already. Then I go out, no. So yeah, I'll save it. Yeah, don't post it, just, you know, relax. I'll just save it now. Then there's another picture also that we can edit in here. I think the A6 is a really nice filter for outdoor stuff from how I'm seeing it here. So I'll go in there as well, recover some of the shadows in this one. So yeah, there's a place and time for everything. You can recover some of the shadows, add a little bit of clarity, because it's not a human being that you can like legit see all the bumps and everything on their face. With this one, I can come and add the tint in here as well, but I wouldn't go full tilt. I'll just add, look at it now, it just adds a little bit of color to the fur of the deer. So yeah, really simple editing. Just apply a filter, you don't go overboard. I'm really tempted to add a little bit of grain. Then yeah, this is it really. Next, I'll save it. Then I think the last picture I can edit here, or this. So with this one, the A4 works best. This one is okay, but I personally feel like the A4 is amazing. And oh yes, I forgot, you can adjust how much of the filter you want to put on your pictures. So yeah, I add that one. It looks amazing. I don't even think I want to do anything. I'll probably go and boost up the highlight slightly. I don't want to bring it down. I want to take the highlights up. So with that one, I will come into probably contrast, just to give it that definition between the shadows and the highlights. I don't want to touch the exposure. It looks good already. This is it, simple as. So yeah, these are the ones edited on my in the VSCO app. They don't look half as bad. Afterlight is the application. I paid £2.99 or I think £1.99. I don't really remember the price, but yeah, I'll put it in there. And it's a really cool app. You can use it to like do a lot more. So let me just show you. So this is how Afterlight looks. You go into the favorite app and everything is there. I'll be editing I think 2 or 3 main pictures here. So we will start with this one. Yes, so normally, as I said, I've not really done any cropping. I've not talked about cropping or anything, but normally I would like to crop a picture like this. It's not in the center, it's a bit off. I don't like my pictures like that. You can either use a rule of thirds and put me like right down here or something, but normally I try my best to edit in like a 4:5 aspect ratio. It's 8:10 here. Then I just, you know, balance it out and put it right there. I look clean, I look smart in the middle. Amazing stuff. They've got some really good filters. This is where you can find the filters, right in the middle. You can use, oof, look at that, look at that. You can just use a slider to obviously adjust the intensity of the filter, but this is looking amazing already. I think that is what I'm gonna use. I think I like Mojave as well, but with this one I think Gamma has that crisp white look, so I'm gonna use that one. And probably there are a couple of effects you can add onto this one. It doesn't have that really good grain look to it, but this is also one thing you can do, where it's called chroma. It kind of stretches out the edges of your picture to make it look like you are in the center, and it's like zooming in, and the stretched out bit you can either use like the slider to make it look like it's disbanding the colors, so you can see how like the red and the green and the blue are just kind of stretching from the thing. You don't have to overdo it, but yeah, I'll add some, depending on the picture, I'll just add some of it just to, you know, emphasize what is in the middle of the frame. And yeah, really, I'll go back into the adjustments and see if with this one has it's called a HSL slider, and HSL is for hue, saturation and luminance. It's long to explain, but let me just show you how best you can use it to big up your colors basically. You can either add or just subtract these 3 main colors into your picture. So you can do that into your highlights, your shadows. You just go and play around with it. It's going to be long explaining it in this video because I'm not trying to go in depth, but this app is just amazing. It has everything you could possibly need. Really cool, like grain. It's not as good as the VSCO one, but yeah, that is just what it is. You've got some really cool what's the name, adjustment layers here. Touch tools, you can use it to it's like you can use it to dodge and burn your pictures. Dodging and burning is either highlighting the highlights of the picture, or what's the name, darkening the shadows of the picture. So you can use the dodge and burn to, you can use it to desaturate. You can use some of these tools to desaturate like stuff. Let's not do that. Then you can, yeah, you can sharpen like a thing or two right in the middle of the frame to make it pop out. You can do so much with this app, honestly. So I reckon it's one of my favorite apps right now in the App Store. So yeah, I'll save this one and let's go to another picture which doesn't involve like a subject like that. So let's go to this one. I'll use this picture. This picture, I think I shot it with the 2x what's the name, camera, so I can probably sharpen it slightly to start with because it looks quite flat. So I sharpen the image, overall image, to like 40. You don't push it too much. Then let's go to the filter side. In this case, I don't think the gamma works really well. The Zion looks like a vibe. It has the orange tones right in there. This is a little too blue. But good thing with Afterlight is that you can either they put layers onto the into the filter, so you can either subtract or add one particular layer to see if you can tune it as best as you possibly want it to be. So yeah, you can go through it and just, you know, check how best you want your pictures to look. Really, there's no, you can tweak it. It just gives you as much freedom as possible. But I think Mojave is not bad. It's just, you know, lightens it up slightly. There's dusk as well, but I think Mojave is what I like. It's such a vibe. I go into the, you can use this, it's called a curve, what's the name, RGB curve, where you can use it to either darken or brighten your image. You know, come and play around with a couple of curves. You can, the up there is with the highlights, lower is with the shadows. So yeah, you can use it to play slightly, to enrich your image slightly. So yeah, you can, I added it now. It went from this, now it's looking like this. Let's see. But this one, if I added a chroma, it wouldn't make any sense. So I wouldn't do that. Color shift makes it look like, yeah, disbanding the colors basically. This is not the place and time for that. You can use light leaks, you can adjust the intensity. This is not the place and time for that as well. What's the name? But yeah, you can even add text in this app. Come on, man. And you're good to go. But now, simple editing software to go. So yeah, these are the three main apps. So yeah, these are the three applications I use. One of them is free. Basically, two of them are free, and the other one you can pay for, and that literally gives you every possibility you can do with something on a laptop. I'll one day make a video of me editing a picture I took on my camera with my phone, and you can see that this can edit it as well as Lightroom can. Obviously, it doesn't give you so much processing power, but bro, your phones are doing amazing nowadays. So yeah, just go and check it out and let me know what you think. Adios.